Welcome to the Awakening Hour with June the NBIC, airing every night at 9 p.m. Here we keep our foot on the neck of false teachings and challenge Euro-Christian ideologies head-on. We stand on facts over beliefs, insertions and assumptions as we journey together on a path of pure righteousness, guided by true African spirituality or Alkebulan wisdom. Each episode is part of a powerful movement to reclaim our identity, uplift our community, and walk in the power of truth. Tune in nightly at 9 p.m. for transformative insights and hard-hitting discussions as we unmask hidden truths and rise to our fullest potential.
Well, all right. What it do, y'all? It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one on our ROD pod. For those that don't know who I am him, Junes, the NBIC. And of course, I represent our ROD. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to the family, the YouTube family, social media family, the street family, everybody that supports the movement. All of this would not be if it wasn't for y'all. And of course, you got to give a shout out to the ancestors, and you got to give a shout out to the creators, because without them, there's no us, right? So a round of applause for that. Real quick, before I even proceed, brand new episode out right now, titled, I Don't Want to Grow Up Because I'm a Hip Hop Kid. Very in-depth conversation into the reasoning to why black men cannot grow up in today's society. And the main reason of that is because of hip-hop. Hip-hop has become a young man's sport. So you got to be a certain age to deliver, the music for people to be in tune with. You feel me? So please tune into that, support it. You know how we do outside, man. But on a serious tip, man. I'm feeling way much better. Way better. If you guys see me Saturday compared to now, I'm feeling good. I was out on the road all day today. I gotta leave like 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, I've been feeling phenomenal, man. Feeling much better. Thank you to all those that's been, supporting. I definitely want to give a shout out to the Facebook family. Where we at? Like almost to 5,000 followers on Facebook. Shout out to you guys, man. 27 on Instagram. We about to hit the 120,000 on YouTube, even though they playing with my numbers. But hey, I can't complain. I just gotta maintain, keep doing what I'm doing, and allow the ancestors to move me where I need to be moved. You heard? Which leads to today's conversation. I figured out why black people proceed to believe that the characters in the Biblos is about them. I figure it out. You know why us black people think the characters in the Biblos is about them? It's because we're traumatized. We're traumatized. We don't have nobody to point the blame on. We don't have nobody to understand exactly how we feel, because nobody has dealt with the trauma that we have dealt with. And because of this trauma, we like to revert back to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 all the way to 68. And we take that and we run with it, and we get mad at people that questions the ideology. And shout out to Cooley from No Fugazi podcast. He had a phenomenal debate with like two known Israelites. And for a man that never read the Biblos, he really put these people to rest. And when I seen the debate and I'm sitting here and I'm watching, and I said to myself, I understand why we was claiming these characters or thinking that these characters is us. It's because we're traumatized. We're angry. We're bitter. We emotional. Some of us come from broken households. Some of us was raised by women. So we have emotions invested into the Biblos. And the emotions has taken away logic, has taken away common sense. And not only did it take away common sense, it created a mechanism that if you go against that, then you are a hater, or you are a heathen, or anything that questions their lineage within the Biblos. And the question that I gotta ask for you guys is, and this is a question that goes for every single person: how do you prove that your genealogy can trace back to Abram, Isaac, and Jacob? I'm not gonna say Akob and all of that, because we know Akob, but we don't know Isaac and we don't know Abram's name. What's Abram's name? Abrim. Stop. How do you trace your lineage back to that? Because back in the days, they didn't know anything called DNA. And it's like, if you knew, you knew. That's if that was what it really was. And my problem that I have with a lot of these brothers is we're claiming the most hideous place on the face of this earth. Like, no disrespect, man. I just call it what it is, man. When you go into the Middle East is dirt, bro. It's literally dirt. Right? And when you look into these maps and you look into these locations, and yes, I feel you. Yes. The old maps show this. They show Jerusalem. But listen. Remember who's putting these maps together. I repeat, remember who's putting these maps together. Also remember who's putting the Biblos together. Now, why am I saying that? Because the people that's putting the Biblos together, I promise you, are not black. I promise you, are not black. I promise you, they are not black. And not only are they not black, but the reason why you see things like Deuteronomy, the reason why you see things like what's the other precept these guys like to use? Oh, Jeremiah 17, for you shall be discontinued from thy heritage. You're absolutely right. You have been discontinued from thy heritage. And now the ancestors is trying to call you back. The creators is trying to call you back. But it's like you want to go right back down the rabbit hole to proclaim an ideology that stands on absolutely no facts. And like I said, if these guys was to take a DNA test, how would that be able to be proven if Abram, Isaac, and Jacob never took a DNA test. How can you tell that you come from that lineage? How would you be able to tell? Because there's a lot of black people that did not go through slavery on cargo ships and supposedly are the chosen seed. So how do you base the ideology, a genealogy? How do you base that off a precept? Where do we go to get this DNA done? Matter of fact, is it possible that we can dig the grave sites, take their bones or something, and see if it traced back to black people? Oh, my bad. You guys have never seen the grave sites of Abram, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. How do you trace your lineage back to Christ? Okay. You guys have not seen the gravesite of Jesus. So how do we trace our lineage back? Because if you go on Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, there was a lot of people that was put on cargo slave ships. I'm gonna show you right now. Let me show you right now. I'm gonna show you right now. Okay. Okay. So, let me share my screen with you guys. Because a lot of these dudes like to claim that we fled Roman persecution and ended up in the west side of Africa and got captured and then got sent to America. And because of that, determines why we are the children of Israel. Okay. So, let me share my screen. Oh, shout out to No Punches, man. No Punches, what's up, man? You good? He said, yeah. You all right? You can get you a little tighter. All right, my son looked like he was playing with you. Let me share my screen. I know I said that like 5 times. All right, I'm gonna share my screen, leave it right here. Okay. Can somebody let me know if they can see clearly now? Okay, maybe if I do this. Okay. Let me see. All right. So, I turned off the lights. Okay. So, Here on my screen are the areas where the Africans was taken, the El Kebulan kidnaps were taken and sent to various locations. So in West Africa, there was at least approximately 15 areas, tribes, groups. That we got the Igbos, we got the Yorubas, we got the Hasua, we got the Akan, we got the Ashantis, we got the Iwis, we got the Fans, we got the Wolofs, we got the Sura, we got the Mandi, we got the Congo, we got the Bambarla, we got the Temini, we got the Fula, we got the Mandika, right? And that's just on the west, right? Central, we got the Bakongo or the Congo people. We got the Mbuntu, right? We got the Ubando Dua, I can't say that. We got the Chui, we got the Luba, right? Southeast, okay? We got the Makua, we got the Yao. That's crazy. Yao, okay. We got the Shona, right? Regions where people were taken from, okay? We got the Sengabia, we got the Windward Coast, we got the Gold Coast, we got the Bight of Benin, we got the Bight of Biafra, we got Central Africa, we got Southeastern Africa. Okay? So for the brothers and sisters, are you telling me that thousands of people fled Israel? There was not even 1 million people in Israel. So 1,000 people fled Israel, came into these areas, I guess what, multiplied in a short period of time, and they got taken. So now, when the question is asked, how do you trace yourself back? Your response is the transatlantic slave trade. But, okay. But why would the Bible say the transatlantic? Why would the Bible say cargo ships again? Why wouldn't the Bible say say you will be seen as a heathen and then sold as a demon and all? None of these things occur, right? See, the problem, the issue that we have here in America, the issues that we have here in America, the issues that we have within the Biblos is the fact that not only can we not prove it, we don't want to prove it because we are traumatized. We prefer to live a life of mystery, assumptions, insertions, right? We prefer to live in that space than stand on facts. And that's when, and like I said, as I start doing more homework, for example, the book of Revelations was never written by the Apostle John. The book of Revelations was written by a man named Ion, I-O-N. I was replaced with J, so I-O-N became J-O-N, which now made people believe that the book of Revelations was written by the book of by the Apostle John, and all of that is not true. It's not. I keep telling it stresses me out that I see myself having to convince grown men and women that they're being lied to, strategically being spiritually raped, and being taken away from who they are to proclaim and uphold a Euro-Christian ideology. I don't care what you're saying. When you read the Biblos promotes racism. It promotes genocide on black people and the justification of these things upon black people. And not a single person can dispute that. So if a book and a God is capable of doing that, you're telling me that this is Sunini Nanini? You telling me that our creators is also a man that stand on genocide? You telling me that here's the precept that bust my head. He got mad at the Egyptians for killing all the children, right? In birth, all the males had to go, right? But yet in the same token, he did the same exact thing to prove a point. And like I say all the time, if God is this powerful being, the God in the Biblos, because the God in the Biblos is not the creators of the Bantus. It's not. You just traumatized. You just living a life of trauma. A lot of you guys was raised by mamas, and you are taking this with emotions, and you have to be. You cannot have emotions in this journey of finding out who you are. You cannot have emotions because you're going to be met with something that's gonna rattle your feathers, that's gonna put you in the hot seat. You see me, I don't want to be on nobody's hot seat. So I just base everything off logic. You're telling me that the creators of the universe, you're telling me that Sunini Nanini, who saved Japheth, Shem, and Noah from the flood, is now given the green light to kill all of Japheth's children. For a bunch of ignorant Israelites who supposedly seen all his miracles, supposedly seen all the miracles, and yet still didn't respect him enough to honor him. They wanted their own gods. And again, what did he do? He takes it out on us. Every time we be disobedient to him, he takes it out on us. But the devil is running wild, rapid around the world. And now one penalty? Oh, my bad. We're gonna wait for this judgment. You know, I've been hearing about this judgment since I was, 5? My mother been talking about this judgment, and I'm sure my grandmother talked about it as well. Speak of such things. We speak of such things. But yet, there's absolutely no paperwork to back it up. How do you prove that you are the people in the Biblos? You can't. They say the Dead Sea Scrolls was taken from the Bantu scrolls and it was rewritten and packaged. Matter of fact, give me a second. My apologies. Now, Dead Sea Scrolls. Like I do this. You guys thinking I be playing. Like I do this. Right? It says the Divine English translation of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay? Now let's see who wrote this book. Michael O. Wise, Martin G. Abeggy Jr., and Edward M. Cook. These are the people that translated this. I want you guys to see their names. Okay? All right. Now, they also wrote who they wrote it for. It says, to my wife Kathy, to my wife Susie, to Elizabeth and Christian. These are the people that translated, and they dedicated this book to them. And as I look through these books, and I dive into it, I'm still looking to see where can I find any understanding of any connection. Excuse me, I'm just reading. I'm trying to see any connection between the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Bantu Scrolls. What's in here that you can that can justify that this was taken from the Bantu Scrolls? What? I'll wait for it. And if you're unable, remember, if you're unable to provide such information, then how do you expect me to believe that the story is about us? And like I said before, guys, I'm not here to bash, disrespect, and stop individuals from doing what they doing. But at the same time, bro, I gotta ask the people. You understand? It gives the people something to look forward to, right? It gives them, not only it gives them something to look forward to, but it gives them a confirmation that judgment will come for you. Judgment will come for them that violated you. So we jumped on that. We heard things outside of the scriptures that we ain't never heard before. So because of that, we're gonna stand on this side of the field. And then as you start going deeper into the Hebrew, you come to realize that we can't speak Hebrew. Even if we try, we couldn't speak it. We got to go into their Strongs to understand what they're saying, right? To fast forward to 2025, we are now saying that we're no longer Hebrews. We're not Christians. We're not Hebrews. Now we're not just Bantus. No. We're not just Bantus. We are now the children of Akobi. Because Akobi means firstborn. But Genesis does not display that. So again, now we got to the point where now this is where we put the insertions. We got to insert that. And yes, I know, I taught this, I said this, I did it with my eyes closed, I know. But I see what it's doing to the people. It's making us weak. And I also realize that a lot of people that's in this so-called awakening are very emotional people, bro. Very, 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 very emotional. And even for me growing up, like I tell my children right now, no crying. I have a big issue right now with my little man because he likes to whine and complain. Like, we don't do that. My son could tell you, my daughter could tell you, like, no, ain't no crying over here. Right? Because you cannot have emotions in this world, bro. Can't have emotions. You can't. The moment you have emotions, that means you become a liability. And any wrong move or anything that's said, you're going to be easily offended. And by default, you lost. Because I forgot what the wise men said. The wise men said, anybody that can control your emotions can control you. And one thing for me, you will never be able to control my emotions because I don't have no emotions. Like, I tell you guys this all the time. I don't do this to make people feel good. I don't come on social media to make people feel good. I come on social media to find out the facts, to uncover the layers. And sometimes I may uncover a layer where it questions every ideology that was told to us. For example, the I-O-N, who later became J-O-N. Who later became J-O-N, the man that wrote Revelations. And the man in Ion never walked with your Savior one time. But yet, this is the man that wrote the book of Revelations for you. Think about that, people. And you know why? It's because you guys are emotionally disturbed. Religion has made black men weak. The Biblos has made black men soft. These teachers is running around giving you the same rhetoric story that Charles C. Jones did, and how to make a Negro Christian. I broke all that down for you. But the reason why we want to accept or force ourselves to believe that the characters in the Biblos is about us is because we are traumatized. We wanna hold other people accountable. Even though we know that it was through Africa slaves was taken. We want to lie and said that we fled into the mountains. What mountains? What mountains? I don't even want to pop this one. What's this joint called? Come on, people. Let me share my screen again. What the heck is this? What? The heck is this? Okay. So this is the story that I have gotten from every single Hebrew Israelite. Matter of fact, let me pull up the scripture first. What scripture was that again? When you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, I think it's in Luke 24, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in Luke. Hold on. I think it's in Luke. Okay. Is it? Can't be this. Let me see if it's Matthews. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Matthews 25, 24, and 16. Let me show this first. Let me show this first. Okay. Okay. Flee into the mountains. Okay. Okay. Then those that's in Judea flee into the mountains. Okay. 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 So this is where they will be at. Right? And it says, flee into the mountains. So the mountains must be going up, because you're fleeing Roman persecution, right? So now my question is, if you're fleeing Roman persecution and you was told to go into the mountains, right? Where would these mountains be? So now the question, this is the only outcome I could get out of this. It's either You're coming up here, and you in Adana, right? You in Mersin, right? You in Konya. You're Alanya, right? You in all these areas. Remember, you are fleeing Roman persecution, right? And I've heard Hebrew Israelites said that we migrated from here and enter through Africa, through Portugal and Spain, through Morocco. Then we made it into the west side of Africa, where we was later found and sold, right? But when you read, how does a million people, Israelites, go from here through here? That means you had to go through all of this, through France to Madrid, to come to Morocco, to come down all the way over here, to come all the way over here, to then later get caught. And I just showed you guys the other map. I just showed you the other areas, because people was taken from here too. People was taken from here too, on the east side of Africa. Mozambique people was taken from, right? Zambia people was taken from. Botswana people was taken from. So how did the Israelites get through all of this? They didn't get caught in the Roman area, but got found where the niggas was at, and then said, yeah, we about to make an example out of them. Come on, people. Oh, jeez. Sometimes I look myself in the mirror and I say to myself, how did I teach this? And then I figure it out. It's because I'm traumatized. It's because I'm angry. It's because I want to get back. I want to get back for all the wickedness that was done to my people. I still want to get back. But I know my get back is not going to come from them. What? Think about this, people. Why would the enemy give you a book that having judgment on them? And not only why would they give you a book on judgment on them, but I really want you to think about that. I want, you know what, I want everybody to do this homework. I want everybody to go on Amazon and purchase the book called The Art of War. And I want you to read this book. Put the Biblos down. Go read that book. Understand the tactics that's been used. See, if I give you a story that justice is going to come from what we're doing to you, and if all it takes is just a couple of people to accept it and the mission is complete. All it takes is just a couple of people to say, yes, that's what's going to happen, and the mission is complete. So you're going to tell me that the people that put us in captivity, the people that violated us, the people that still violating us, are the ones that's going to give us a book that's going to get us closer to God, that's also going to provide judgment for all nations that did wrong to the children of Jacob. Isis Ra'el. And the problem that I have with a lot of these people is we know that Isis Ra'el is an insertion. We know that El Shaddai is an insertion. We know that Lord is Baal. We know all of these things. But yet that's still the word of Sunini Nanini. And you gullible people, man, it's sad that we are this grown, but yet this gullible, bro. When are you guys gonna wake up and realize it's the same manuscript, bro? We cannot be this gullible. And it's time for us to take a stand. We need to stop trying to associate ourselves with the characters in the Biblos. That is not you. If the characters in the Biblos was about you and it's you, then the God of Abram will be talking to you too. People will be like, I have a connection with God. God spoke to me. How you know God spoke to you? How? It seems like everybody speaks to God in a vision, speaks to God in parables, but nobody physically seen God. But yet God's talking to you. You sure that was God? Probably was a demon. Probably was your ancestors. Because I know the creators of this universe, the creators of the Alkebulan, would never talk to you in reference to the Biblos, ever, in life. You go ahead and go believe the story. We ain't believing it. The ROD podcast stands on facts over beliefs. You believe you can fly? Sure. Go outside, go on the 15th floor and jump down. You believe. Right? You put trust in Sunini Nanini, right? When the next whoop whoop come, just make sure, you know what I'm saying, you put your faith and your trust in him. Because the time for you guys to really show your pledge allegiance to God, none of you guys showed up. Failed tremendously. And yet still have the audacity to stand before the people and tell the people that they're wicked, they're evil. Trust the Creator, trust the Lord God. Keep the commandments and you shall live. Well, I know people that's keeping the commandments and they're dying. So which one is it? Which one is it? You see the problem is religion has taken us from who we are. And it's like every generation that comes here in America, every generation loses themselves, right? For example, my children can't speak Creole. They can understand it, but they can't speak it. You know, when I was growing up, you had to know how to speak Creole. Because you don't know what family member from Haiti was coming over, like my grandfather was coming over and he speak no English. How you gonna communicate with him? You had to know these things. Where my son now, his grandmother speaks English. Right? So why? And not just, you don't just lose your language, you lose your customs, you lose your culture. We lost the herbs to take to heal ourselves. We lost everything. And this is in modern day time right now. You ain't been, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Yes, you're destroyed for the lack of knowledge of yourself, who you are, your lineage, your biological inheritance, which is Alkebulan. Every single colored person on the face of this earth knows that they came from Alkebulan. You go ahead and listen to these people that says we are the indigenous Americans. That's fine with you. You can claim that. Because before the Negroes got here, America, you guys was living in teepees and tutus, okay? There was absolutely no civilization, no prosperity, no growth, no elevation, nothing. Okay? All of that came when we came on the scene. Okay? And that's the reality of it. We don't come from that. You want to claim that? That's for you. But us, you know where we come from, bro. And you lost yourself every year, every generation, every child that's produced on this earth, that African, the El Kebulan in them dies every birth. Every generation, the El Kebulan lineage dies. And a lot of it has to do with religion. We got brothers and sisters teaching their children, you got to keep the commandments. You got to pray 5 times a day. You got to do this. You got to do that. Now, granted, the Biblos has a lot of information to keep you morally grounded and balanced. And I'm all for that. My issue that I have is when brothers and sisters are saying that this story is about my creator. That my creators came together and put a book compile a book written by a whole bunch of wicked men, gay men as that, put together, packaged and sealed, and was fully exploited to the world in 1611. 1611, the Biblos came out. 1619, 7 years later, that's where the Biblos made it into our front porch. And these people told us that you gotta be from the stock of Israel to understand the Biblos. And you guys believe that. The reason why we want to believe that the people in the Biblos is about us because we want to get bad because we're traumatized. We want to be the black KKK. We want to condemn everybody. We want to condemn everybody. Is that that's the word of God? Yeah. I'm going to leave it as that, people. I'm going to leave it as that. Why? Because, like I said before, man, it's nothing but foolish ideologies that's literally taking place here in America. We got the same mindset as the oppressors. Charles Jones Blueprint Foundation is in full effect right now as we speak. And before you guys come and try to rebuttal and say this and say that and say that I'm wilding, let me ask you a question. While you are upholding Euro-Christian ideology, why can't you have the same energy when it comes to African studies? I had a brother show me something and said, look, man, these people are cursed. Look at their feet. They was dealing with it. Why couldn't it be that why couldn't it just be a birth defect? Why does it have to be they broke the laws and they wasn't walking with serenity? And that's the reason why they're suffering. You know how many people in the hood I know ain't walking with the Lord and yet they're born perfectly fine? Why can it not just be a birth defect? You know, not everybody is made perfect, right? Why can it not just be that? You see, again, traumatized people that wants to uphold that wants to uphold and teach from a traumatic state of a traumatic point of view, and want everybody to be on one accord with the trauma. And if you're not on one accord with the trauma, then you can be a part of what we're doing. What? Now, is that you saying that? Or is that Christ saying that? Is that you saying that? Or is that the Bible saying that? Yeah. Ask yourself that question, people. 2025 is a brand new year. We're about to really turn it up a notch. What's the sister name? INIKO Inkeo. I don't know how to say her name, but Shorty got a song called Armor. Listen, man, I advise you guys to listen to that. Phenomenal song. I reached out to her management. Hopefully I can get her onto the show. I wanna go into interviewing our people, man. I need the people's perspective. I need the people's perspective on why they don't believe. What's preventing them from living a righteous life. And I promise you, it's gonna fall down to the misconceptions that comes with religion. I promise you. Because the stories just don't add up. And if it doesn't add up, why would you want me to shut up and not speak about that? You just want me to keep my mouth sealed, get up under among them that ain't never been into, among them that don't speak the language at all, don't know the dance at all, nothing, absolutely nothing. And not forget, when the Mandem was in the place there, the objective was to convert the black people into following the ways of Jesus, the Euro-Christian ideology. Nah, I'm good. I'm a Bantu by blood, not by converge. You heard? And we out here to splurge. I used to say that back in the days. I'm a Bantu by blood, fam. Nah, we not following the Euro-Christian ideology. And if anybody wants to dispute this, before you come with your nonsense, please provide me with some African literature. Because everything and anything that you have to say, I've been there. There's not a single person on the face of this earth that can tell me anything about these biblos, because I done read. Man, I should show you how much biblos I got in my house. Okay? I have one section alone. Strictly for this biblo stuff, for this biblo talk, strictly. And to be honest, I want to take it down. It's because I spend money on them books. Is the reason why I ain't, throw them away. Can't tell me nothing. I do this with my eyes closed. Somebody show me, please. I beg you. Somebody show me, please, where the Dead Sea Scrolls was copy and paste from the Bantu scrolls. And you guys are going to say, look, it says Aramaic. African people, El Kebulan people was not speaking no Aramaic. Okay? The reason why Aramaic is the language of the El Kebulan, so they say, is because it was the Arabs that first put us in captivity. Stop. There's no association with Aramaic and the Bantu. We don't speak that. How does Aramaic associate with Isikosa? So we know all these things. All of these things is lies. Listen, so much contradiction within the Biblos that everybody can point it out. But it seems like the only people that never wants to wake up out of this are the ones that are still complaining about their trauma. You gotta let it go, bro. The only way we gonna elevate, we gotta separate. And that also comes with their Euro-Christian ideology. Leave that over there, bro. Put some energy and emphasis on African customs, traditions, teachings. And you go ahead and listen to these Euro-Christian ideologies. These dudes is over here reading writings from Daniel Duckworth. Okay? The Europeans that's literally took the time out of their life to discredit what black people do. And then it's black people justifying why what they said is facts. When these black people now one time spoke to a black person. I was in a shelter today. I was so eager to speak to one of these people, but the language gap is so bad. And then on top of that, I was very disappointed. And I don't want to get off topic, but America is a bad influence on black people. I see these dudes, man. Like I said, I was in a shelter earlier. I come, whole bunch of Africans, El Kebulans, out there smoking weed, pants sagging, talking like, yo, what up, cuz? Did he just... Nah. But yeah. And I was highly disappointed. I'm like, damn, yo, they really got us jacked up. And once I see that El Kebulan people are blowing it down, it's only a matter of time before they come into your town and take the crown off the heads of the El Kebulan. And when I asked my homie, yo, what was the reasoning for these people, for the El Kebulans to come here? They was like political. A lot of people didn't like what Ibrahim is doing over there. There's a lot of people that wants to uphold and keep the Euro-Christian ideology. They want to speak French. They want the French teachings. Nobody wants to separate and claim theirs. And I'm going to show you guys something next week. Let me see if I saved it. There. You know what? I'll save that for tomorrow. Yeah. I'm going to save that for tomorrow. All right? I'm going to save that for tomorrow. Like I said, the Exodus and the awakening of the El Kebulans will never come from the Biblos. Will never come through religion. What you guys are seeing on this earth is their ancestors working on the behalf of the creators, and not only on the behalf of the creators, but are calling on the angels, the Pacific deities for their specific purpose, like Ogun, which is the god of war, and iron, right? and O'Shea, which is the God of healing and wisdom. You go ahead and let these people feed you. Oh, that's evil. That's wicked. Yeah, you gotta. Sunini didn't say to do that. How you know? How you know? Where's your actual proof? How you know? Oh, look, my brother, the Bible shows you that. Oh, yeah. Who wrote the Bible? You? Because we know it was compiled together by the best writers in the world at the time. And boy, they did a great job. Shakespeare and all that. So, we know these things. And, yeah. With that being said, people, it's your brother man from the motherland. It just be so frustrating that I'm still having to show brothers and sisters that our lineage has absolutely nothing to do with the story that's in the Bible. Our creators has nothing to do. Listen, you know what? I'm going to hold my peace. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. Once again, continue supporting. Leave all your feedback, the positive, the negative. All things is respected and needed because it allows me to do what I do best. You heard? And again, we close to 5,000 on the Facebook. Oh, is it like 5,000? Is it 5,000? Yeah, I think it's like 5,000. Not too sure. I don't want to go through my phone. But I know, but listen, all I know is that we growing, and I'm gonna keep growing, and you guys are gonna build with me, and we're gonna uncover these truths the way it was supposed to. We're not giving the filter fish and the filter lies. Okay? And if anybody wants to stand with the lies, then you're not standing with the creators, because the creators is about facts. They stand on facts. We can't say truth because there's no truth on this earth. The creators is about facts. The creators stand 10 toes down about their business. So you go ahead and you go let these people mislead you, misguide you, give you stories, and in the process try to make it seem like I'm the bad guy. No. See, when you have to do that, it lets you know that what I'm saying is facts and what they're saying is assumptions, insertions, and beliefs. Because if what I'm saying wasn't facts or whatever they saying, I wouldn't have to be like, yo, don't go listening to that brother, man. He don't know what he's talking about. You don't have to do that. Just let your work, just let the work show. But it's the same script over and over and over again. Let's discredit black people. Let's blame black people. Let's blame the other nations. Let's talk about the judgment that's gonna come. Keep waiting for that, man. Listen, the judgment is gonna come when we rise and we get ready to get busy. Okay? A strength is gonna come upon us one day, whether it's 10 years from today, maybe tomorrow, who knows? But what they're feeding you, never going to happen. And I stand on that. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. Continue supporting. If it's your first time, hope it's not your last time. If it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, that means I'm still on your mind. That means you got to stay on that grind, because it's about that time. Time for us to do what? Time for us to go get yours. Time for you to go get yours, because I'm on that journey to go get mine. And for those that don't know, I am him. You heard? I am him. Yeah, you like that, right? I am him. Junes, the NBIC, aka Mr. Keep My Foot on all religious authorities' necks. and I'ma holler at y'all. One.